struggle with this microphone. Yes, this is the right-wing extremist herself that 2 years ago brought up some ideas that unfortunately have revealed themselves as true. For the gentlemen out there, I would like you to look to your left or to your right and look to the nearest lady that you see. And I would like you to imagine living in a world where if that woman did something wrong, she could be beheaded, stoned, or buried alive. Where your homosexual or lesbian neighbor could be killed because their lifestyle was illegal under Sharia law. Citizenship is no longer a spectator sport. It cannot be. I'd like to thank the folks from our Navarre chapter who came out today. I want them to give a big wave back there in the back where they are at our ACT table, where you will find all kinds of material about ACT. These are folks that are stepping up to their civic responsibilities in the defense of America and our national security. We also have a petition back there, and I'm going to tell you why it's very important. I brought some statistics here today. In the year 2010, 663 illegal aliens came across the border from terrorist-sponsoring countries. Now, that wasn't all. There were 445,000 illegals that came, and 59,000 of those were from other than Mexico. Countries such as Afghanistan, Libya, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia, and some from the state-sponsored acknowledged countries by the State Department, Cuba, Iran, Syria, and Sudan. Now, this is a very important statistic. In the years 2000 to 2007, 5,007 illegals came across from countries other than Mexico. The prayer rugs are found in the dirt on the border. Congresswoman Sue Myrick, who heads the Anti-Terror Caucus in the House, provided proof to the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Napolitano that Hamas was working with people along the border to teach them how to release cell phone detonated bombs. And she asked that an anti-terror task force be stationed on the border. She wrote that letter in January of 2010, and she still hasn't received a response. So as you see, we've got a significant problem, and that is why citizenship can no longer be a spectator sport, because until the grassroots surface these issues to the leadership, nothing is going to get done. And we have one thing on our side right now. We have a bit of a majority that has been created, but they're still not spurred to action until they hear from each and every one of you. Are you aware that there are 35, and Brigitte Gabriel says 43 terrorist training camps in America? If you're not, go to the ACT table and get a copy of the map so that you can see the locations that are starred there. Are you aware that in addition to that, there are terror networks that are mobile, located all over the United States? And if you set those over the other map, you have a blanket coverage of the United States where they are pre-deployed and pre-positioned. That map is also back there. And there's much other literature there for you to glean, because you must know the facts. Join me in asking Congressman Miller for a congressional investigation as to the existence of these camps where they are training to kill us on our very own soil. If you think we're only in Afghanistan and Iraq to keep the enemy over there, you must know that they are right here among us. And the time is now, because we don't know when they're going to get the call. There's all kinds of recruiting going on. They are recruiting people to the Islamic faith within our United States military. They are paying officers $20,000 to $30,000 a year to convert, enlisted $10,000 to $15,000. They are converting captive audiences in the prisons, on the internet. They've even got a rapper, and I listened to his song today. Make jihad with me, he sings. Allahu Akbar, get some more booty, the martyrdom of victory. Destroy America now, wipe Israel off the map. Father Marvin Bledsoe's plea at the Homeland Security hearing that Congressman Pete King out of New York, his plea was that his son that he sent to a Tennessee university to get an education came home ripped the picture of Martin Luther King off the wall, acted like a child they never knew, changed his name, and let me tell you what the name is, Abdul Hakim Mujahid Muhammad, and in 2008 killed one and injured another at the Arkansas recruiting station in Little Rock. And Mr. Bledsoe pleads, he says, we are losing our sons. Could you be one of those that loses your sons or your daughters to this movement? I will tell you, the little rap rock kind of pulls you in, but I'm beyond that. Mercy killings in the United States. The guy that beheaded his wife in New York because she was going to divorce him. Are there any doubters in the crowd? The general strategic goal for the Muslim Brotherhood is to saturate and infiltrate all levels of our culture, our political system, our social system, our educational system, our media, and they're doing a great job of it too. When CARE is the talking head on Fox News, the Council on American Islamic Relations, which is the co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation case, the largest terrorism funding case in the history of the United States, where $13 million was funneled into terrorism activities. And they're in our finance too. Sharia compliant finance, and we can't even get the Fort Walton Beach City Council to look at their $7 million and see whether that money is being invested into those investment vehicles where a portion goes back into the charities for zakat, which mandatorily must fund terrorism. If any of you still doubt those things of which I speak, go to this website, Sharia, S-H-A-R-I-A-H, the number 4, America.com, and you will see. Communism is dead. Capitalism is dying. Islam is the solution. And they've got a special tab, and I think we need to pay attention to that tab. It says, Islamic demolition of the Statue of Liberty. So I went there. You know what they want to do? They want to blow up the Statue of Liberty. They want to cover it up temporarily until they can erect a minaret. These are the things that are going on while America sleeps. And we slumber and nestle tightly in our bed, and we think that we are well taken care of and don't understand that we have been infiltrated into the top levels of our law enforcement agencies, the FBI, the CIA, and our current administration. Now, before I get off my soapbox, I never bring up a problem without offering a solution. There are many things that we can do. Number one, it's incumbent upon us to act. You can act by joining an ACT chapter. We have one in Navarre. We have a new one in Pensacola. We need a leader to take charge in Fort Walton. Maybe in Destin. We can help you with that. We've got ready-made people that are just looking for a leader. You won't be out there by yourself, I promise. Number two, Talk about what you hear, what you've heard. Replicate yourselves, clone yourselves, spread the information, because your life, your liberty, our security is at risk. And 3, make wise choices. And when you study those candidates, you better make darn sure that they know and how to spell national security, and that they have some background with the military or some interest, because this is not a paperwork battle. This is a battle for our very existence, our very life. The demographics are against us. Replicating at 6.8 children per family, and in the United States, the top level is about 2.11 or less. The numbers are against us. So we have got a real fight on our hands. And I would just like to say, go to actforamerica.org. You can do a lot of self-education there. You can read a lot there. There's a TV program there that they do that you can bone up on all of this. Make wise choices in your selections for people that are going to represent you, because we are way past the point of sticking your head in the sand, boredom in new eye. It's time to get active, get out there, and remember that citizenship is no longer a spectator sport. Thank you.